All right, good morning, guys. Welcome back to the Cold Hearted Racing channel. I'm gonna show you what we're doing in the shop today. Give you a little look at what we got going on in here. So as I mentioned in a previous video, this car was one of my dad's first race cars. I actually think it was his second. It was the car that I grew up watching him race. Well, there it is. So a guy local here, he's a farmer in town. He bought or did a deal with my dad years ago. They did some trading, swapping around years ago, and he ended up with the car. But this is what it looks like now. They just took it to a chassis shop and had a whole new strut front end put on it, all new tin work inside the car. Redid the chassis pretty much from right in front of the rear tire all the way forward. But this is the car. It was a good car for years. My dad used to bracket race it, and they still run. They run some like 6.0 heads up index racing with it. But this motor's been in here for around 5 years. Been in here for a long time. So Dad just built this motor, and it's going in the car. This motor is a 434 small block Chevy. I believe it's just a stock block deal. It's got some Brodix heads on it. It's a nice motor and it runs good. It's been 580s, 570s, I think, in this car. And, you know, naturally aspirated on alcohol. But I just wanted to give you guys a look around at the car that I grew up watching pretty much. My dad raced this car for years and years. When he was in his 20s, he pretty much built the whole thing back then. But it's a pretty nice car. I mean, nothing crazy. It needs some updating. It's got a bunch of old parts on it. This car's been around for a long time. But Quinn's Chassis Shop, they did the work on it. Did all the frame. Built a new set of wheelie bars for it. So what happened to this car was he was racing it one weekend at Holly Springs Motorsports Park. They were having some kind of big race over there. And the car kept standing up, kept popping wheelies, kept riding wheelies, but it was riding them and feathering down. I mean, it was, you know, running like it was supposed to, but it was carrying the front wheels way out. So the driver of the car went back thinking that if he turned the shift down to where it shifted into high gear sooner, it would lay the front end down quicker, keeping it from stretching a wheelie half track. So he did that and goes up for a pass. He had he was racing, I think it was a Roadster. I'll try to find the video for you guys. But they take off, this car stands up and it clicks high. When it clicks high, it's on its way up, and that just kicked it up even higher. So it rolled a wheelie way out past half track. And of course, when you're bracket racing, you set a dial in. If you pedal or lift in a situation like that, you pretty much lost the race because the car's not gonna run the number. So he was trying to hold on to it as long as he could. And around half track, the car got up on one tire and hit the side of the bumper, which caused it to get all kinds of crooked in the air. And it was going to come down in the other lane, and the other car was probably going to, it could have been bad. So the driver of the car decides to get out of it, lightly tap the brakes, try to straighten the car back up. When it comes down sideways and hard. So it bends all the front up, bends the chassis up, and that's why all this is being done. But we still got a few things to do. We got to wire the whole deal, send all the stuff out of the firewall because they didn't put anything through the firewall, but probably got to fix the radiator mount a little bit. But they did some nice work on this thing, really. Updated it pretty good, put these headers that come out in the fender on it. Should be a good car once we get it all back put together for them to race this year. But I just wanted to give you guys a look around so you could check this car out and Just get a look at it, man. What y'all think about those? Those are some old school wheels right there. Back in the day, everybody had those. But yeah, this thing, like I said, it needs some updating, but it's a good car. It always ran the number. It was always consistent. Car always hooked pretty good on any surface. And it's only got a 14-inch tire under it, so it's not really that big of a tire. But yeah, my dad's built motors for the guy that owns this car for years. He's had several dirt track cars. He's had several drag cars, Vegas, Novas, dragsters, you name it. He's had a lot of them. But most all of them had a Smith racing engine in it. This motor here is a 434, identical to that motor, but this one's, the heads are a little different. And it's got the tonal rim with 2 tulip bows. The idea behind this, the 2 tulip bows, was to make it run a little faster at the time. More airflow. That was the idea behind the dual tulip bow setup. But never really ran like it was supposed to. This motor is actually slower than that one. So that motor's going to go back in here. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm yanking this motor out. I've already got the bell housing bolts, torque converter bolts, all the accessories off the front, fuel pump, all that stuff. So pretty much now what I got to do is take this cherry picker, set it in there, make sure everything's loose, take the front motor plate bolts out, 1 more bell housing bolt, and pull this guy out. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get to it. Before I get started on that thing, I want to show you guys a couple motors my dad's been working on this week. Also, this is the engine that come out of Kenneth Gully Chevelle. That's the carburetor. There's the Pro Charger that goes on it. We got to get that thing took apart one of these days too. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. This is a Dart Block dirt modified engine. He's working on putting together for a guy named Chris Lloyd. But this one is a 305 sprint car engine. They have a lot of rules, a lot of restrictions. Stock block, lots and lots of rules. Pistons can't protrude out of the block. Seat pressure can only be 120 pounds. It has a lot of rules. Crank's got to be stock weight, but I just want to show you guys a couple of these things he's been working on. Redneck ingenuity right there. Done broke 2 of these things. Alright, we got this motor out, laid to the side, got this one all buttoned up, water pump, crank trigger, all the brackets and stuff that we need on there, motor plate. About to drop this dude down in there and bolt everything up. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. We got the motor in, getting it all buttoned up. Bell housing bolts, converter bolts, all that stuff's tight. Figuring out a few things. We got the whole chassis has been redone, the whole front end from, like I said, the front of the back tire forward. So we got to figure out how to do some plumbing up here, getting all the wires and lines and everything, throttle linkage, all that we need to get through there. But that's the progress on this thing. I just wanted to give you guys a good quick look around at my dad's old car. Luckily it was bought by a guy here local, and we still get to, you know, see it race and work on it all the time, so that's pretty cool. Dad's thought about buying it back a couple times, but you know, maybe one of these days. But for now, we still get to work on it and help out with it. It's just kind of cool to have something that's been in my family for so long, you know, still be around. It's not the prettiest car by any means, but it's always been a good working car and a car that I watched growing up. So all right guys, be sure to comment, let me know what you want to see in future videos. Give me feedback on the videos I'm doing. I'm trying to get some more rolling, get some more interesting things for you guys to see. We got plenty of races coming up, which of course I'll film all that stuff. The small tire video will be dropping soon also, but comment, like, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you guys think. But other than that, y'all have a great day, and we'll see you later.